Now this next quote is pretty awesome too. It says, rule of thumb, the more important a call or action is to your soul's evolution, the more resistance we will feel toward pursuing it. I'm going to tell you something right now. Doing this business has been, I have had to have a lot of come to Jesus meetings. I've had to be on the mountaintop quite a few times. I have really had to check myself. I mean, it has really been, I will say it has been my soul's evolution. I think when I first started, I was in one place, but I could tell you 4 years later, wow, I am a different person. I'm committed to this in a way that I never knew I could be committed to something. And I also have changed as a person, right? I think one of the things is I was a people pleaser. And the Holy Spirit was like, look, you have a calling, right? I need you to use your own unique genius for its own sake in service to creating these hydration vests for bigger bodies. Your soul is going to evolve as a result of that. And it's right, because I've had to dismiss people in my life that weren't in alignment with where I was going. I've had to introduce people into my life because they are in alignment with what I'm doing. And it's been exciting to be in the midst of people that really understand and are willing, understand what I'm doing and believe in me and are genuine about that, right? My soul's evolution has been when the naysayers, I get a lot of naysayers, and I'm just figuring out like, dang, I'm really just trying to do something good here. And I got so many haters out there. And I'm thinking to myself, well, why? And the Holy Spirit's like, don't worry about it. It's your soul's evolution. Understand that those haters don't even matter anyways. They serve no purpose in your life. And they're not going to have any impact on you getting to where the Holy Spirit has for me. And that's a soul evolution, because I always thought that I had to, be self-sacrificial, dumb myself down, overgive, ignore my own needs for other people and just people please to a level of really feeling depressed and unhappy. And the Holy Spirit's like, no, you got to do you. And that's what's most important. And by doing me, my soul has evolved. And I have really, really loved it. And yes, it has been hard. I've had many nights where I've cried, but I've had many mornings where I woke up and I was super happy because I knew that, in the midst of evolution, things hurt. You know what I mean? And it's not a hurt, but it's a change. It's like being in the unknown all the time. But I really have loved being in the I've grown to love to be in the unknown, because I just find the Holy Spirit oh my God, the miracles that be coming into my life. I'm like, oh, you are not playing with me. I'm just like, God, you are doing you. And you are just rewarding me for me doing me, because it's part of my soul's evolution. And my thing is, ain't that what we're here for on this planet, y'all? To evolve our souls, right? And that work is the work only we could do. We are so dependent on people outside of us to make sure that our souls are okay. And I'm here to tell you that you have everything you need to take care of your soul. And you have everything you need to evolve your soul. And then you co-create with the infinite intelligence. You don't need other people. Yes, they will be a part of your physical experience, but your non-physical experience, that's with you and God. Oh my God. And there's so much magnificence in soul evolution. Regularly, I'm like, oh, my goodness, I didn't know life could be this good. And I love it. So yeah. Woo. Just know. And just know, and what this really, I think what this quote is really trying to say is that, again, back to the other one, it's like, if it's easy and you're not really having to deal with nothing, it ain't probably your calling. Because when it's your calling, you're going to be forced. You're going to be forced to evolve. Your soul is going to be forced to evolve because you are doing the work of God. And that is hard work in a world that really does not believe in God and don't believe in the God in us, each of us, right? So, I love this quote. It's a pretty motivational and inspiring quote for me on a regular basis. This next quote is, it's one thing to lie to ourselves. It's another thing to believe it. So, part of resistance is that, let's say you're doing something, right? And it's your soul calling, but you're like, oh, well, maybe I'm not supposed to be doing this, right? And then we start believing it when we know good and well we're supposed to be doing that work. It's, you guys, you can't just, oh my God, you just, Woo. Ooh. I just love this quote because we got to stop lying to ourselves. And then also we got to stop believing it, right? We know we lie. You know, it's one thing when you know you lie, but it's another thing when you believe the lie. And that's when, I think that's when I think the Holy Spirit is like, man, I don't know if I should have gave them consciousness. Because I know it's like heartbreaking. I'm sure the Holy Spirit is like, oh my God, I gave you guys consciousness so you have free will, but I didn't think you were going to like go there. And so this right here is what, I think he talks a lot about this when you read the book. He just said, this is where a lot of people fail to, they live a life unlived and they fail rise up to their calling and to do the work they were meant to be doing. This is it. Because they believe the lie. They believe the lie. All right. This next quote is, it's better to be in the arena getting stomped by the bull than to be up in the stands or out in the parking lot. Look, y'all. That's what I love the work about entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship will teach you some things. Your soul will evolve in entrepreneurship. And I love, so like recently I left my job and I burned the boat, as they say. It was Tony Robbins. He used to have burned the boat. I burned the boat. I left that job. I ain't got no job. I ain't got no other job. So either I'm going to make it or I'm not going to make it. And I'm going to tell you something. When you in the arena, right, and you getting stomped by the bull, you learn things. It's kind of like that saying about hunger and thirst. It's like when you hungry, you figure out how to get some food. When you thirsty, you figure out how to get something to drink. Like, when you in the midst of it, you figure it out. It's kind of like when you have all those Band-Aids, right? Being out in the parking lot with your friends, being up in the stands with the people, you know, who ain't brave enough to say what they want to say, what they really want to say in front of your face. Like when you in the arena, yes, you're going to constantly you're going to have a lot of stuff come at you because this is the unknown and you ain't never been here before. And also because the world, because people lie to themselves and they believe the lies, they want to lie about you and believe a lie about you. And then they want to talk about you, but you in the arena and they not. Fuck them. Like when you're in the arena, yes, you got to understand that. That's why in many respects, I feel like part of my soul's evolution is that before I would be in an arena, right? And I would be like trying to bring everybody into an arena with me, right? But you can't bring people in the arena who ain't ready to be arena. And you can't people please people to getting into the arena. And you can't overgive to get people into the arena. And you can't be self-sacrificial and dumb yourself down to get people in the arena. People that are not in the arena and just can't even get in the arena. They can't even get in there. But yet I was constantly trying to bring people along because I didn't want to be the only one and I didn't want to feel like I was better than everybody else. Well, the bottom line is that I'm not better than anybody else. I am not fucking special. I am just a person who's willing to be in the arena. I'm willing to let the bull stomp on me and I'm willing to get the fuck back up, knowing I can do this, right? This is not about me. This is about the choices and the decisions that I make and the things that I do. I am not in the arena because I'm special. I am not in the arena because I got something that somebody else ain't got. We all got it, but we all got choices and we all got decisions to make. So you either be in the arena or you not. And I'm so sick and tired of people making me feel like because I'm in the arena somehow, I don't deserve to be here. Well, get the fuck up in here with me. And then you can see for yourself what it's really like. And then you'll see for yourself what it is you're made up of, which is the same as what I'm made up of and why we both can be in this arena. Woo! I'm going to tell y'all something right now. I love this quote. It just reminds me of all the naysayers. Like, look, yeah, you out in the parking lot. Yep, you up in the stands. You ain't in the arena. So you can say what you want to. That's why social media, I think, is, in many respects, people got to, like, put these comment sections in context. These are people in the fucking stands, and these are people in the fucking parking lot. You in the arena doing your YouTube video. You in the arena doing your YouTube video. They're not there. They sit on the bystands. They're not, you know what I mean? And then they're going to criticize you, talk about you, say what you doing, what you not doing. Forget that. But the beauty of it is those in the stands and those in the parking lot, they can be a form of resistance because they can call you out of the arena. So you have to be careful. Stephen Pressfield is saying, look, y'all, quiet as it's kept, it's just better to be in the arena. It's better to get stomped by the bull. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. There's so much is going to happen when you're in the arena. And when you're in the arena, you're with God. And trust and believe that God is going to protect you. God is going to help you. God is going to mend the wounds. God is going to deliver your soul. God is going to allow you to evolve. God is going to manifest prosperity. God is going to do all the things that God can do that you can't. But God is like, look, you got to be in an arena, right? And I think being stomped by the bull, people think like, oh my God, that seems so horrible and harsh. It's not so much that you're being stomped by the bull. What you're doing, you're being stomped by the unknown because you don't know this life. You've been living that in the stands in the parking lot life. So it feels like you're being stomped by a bull because it's completely different than anything you've ever done before. But now when you're in the arena, you're like, okay, this shit is different. Oh, I didn't know I had to do that. Okay, I'm going to need a little courage. Okay, I'm going to need a little strength. Oh, I'm going to need a little patience. Oh, I'm going to need to keep my mouth shut. Oh, I'm going to need to open my motherfucking mouth. Just so many things, you know what I mean? You're going to feel like, damn, I'm being stomped on by the bull. But really, you're just transitioning and you're transforming into your best self, right? And God just wants you to be your best self because Abraham Hicks talks about this, and I'll mention Abraham Hicks all the time. It's like you have to be in a receptive mode of receiving prosperity. That's what being in an arena is. That's why you stomped by the bill, because you used to being broke. You used to robbing Peter to pay Paul. You used to all the other okie doke stuff that, never really got you nowhere. Now, when you're in an arena, you're going to get stomped by the bill because you ain't never known this life. You ain't never known what it means to have financial abundance. You haven't known what it meant to really be prosperous. It's new. It's different. It feels like you're being stomped by the bull. But then you will awaken, right? You will awaken into the truth of what all this really is because you're in the receptive mode, because you understand your guidance system. You understand instinct and you understand intuition. And more than anything, you know that you are co-creating with God, that you do your part and the Holy Spirit will do the rest. I love that I get up every day and I just do my fucking best. And sometimes I feel like that ain't shit. But God's like, I know you're doing your best, Charlotte. And there's times I get frustrated. I'm like, oh, why can't I make this happen? And then next thing I know, the Holy Spirit, I always say it feels like magic, but I know it's just the Holy Spirit doing what the Holy Spirit does, which is doing things far grander, far greater, with more impact, with more reach than I could ever do as my own lowly human self. The Holy Spirit has all power. It's all powerful. It can make shit happen that I can never make happen. Who would have told me that in the first year of my business, I would be doing international sales? That's the Holy Spirit. I ain't do nothing for that. I did absolutely zero for international sales. But the Holy Spirit was like, look, I got you, babe. I got you. Because you in the arena. You're being stomped by the bull. And I'm going to show you what that does. I'm going to show you what that does, Charlotte. So good job. Here are your miracles. Here is how it's all going to unfold because you're in the arena. I'm going to get off this. I got to get off this slide because this one is just, I'm going to move on to my last quote and then I'm going to be done with this video. And I know I'm going to break it up into parts because it's way too long right now.